Hello, beautiful soul. How are you doing? How's that marketing going? I just hosted a masterclass on the 3 keys to marketing success. And guess what I found out? Some people are scared of marketing, like the word, like the concept, or they feel completely overwhelmed, like maybe making a marketing plan means that you have to be on social media all the time, or you need like fancy bells and whistles and staff, and that's just not true. Now, you do need marketing in order to get more sales, get more subscribers onto your list, and definitely to get more people enrolled in your courses. But all of that get comes after you give, at least in the way that I look at brand marketing. So by becoming a personal brand, what we're talking about is you bringing forth your personality, what makes you naturally gifted as a healer or a coach, and then sharing that in a way that is authentic and genuine. And as you do that, you start to sprinkle in messages about the work that you do, about your expertise, and about the types of people that you can help. Now, there's a way to do that without it being salesy and without it feeling like awkward. In other words, just telling stories about what lights you up about your work is an approach that can be totally authentic, and it can help build your brand and your business. So you've probably heard this marketing saying that people need to know, like, and trust you before they will buy from you. And really, that's what personal brand marketing is all about. It's about increasing awareness for who you are, what you stand for, the kinds of problems you solve, and the ideal people that you want to work with. So increasing awareness of your brand identity and all of your offerings is what personal brand marketing is about. That's not sales, that's just sharing. Now, the second piece of that is they need to know you and they need to like you. So how do people like people? Like if you were going out and you met someone, and let's say you're single, by the way, and you're kind of like, they look good, so now you're aware of them. Maybe they said something funny or witty and you're like, okay, I'm kind of interested, yeah. And then maybe they lean in and they start asking you questions or whatever. They're sharing something funny or interesting and you're kind of like, yeah, I might like to take this conversation a little further. Okay, great. Now you wouldn't instantly say, okay, well maybe you would, but typically we don't usually say, okay, here's my number. And then have that person text you, call you, leave voice messages, boom, 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 right after they've met you and day after day. Like you want it to unfold and unroll kind of nicely and smoothly. Well, it's the same with your marketing, okay? So you want to share messages in a non-spammy, non-salesy way in whatever medium that you're interested in. That could be Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, could be TikTok. And all of that is just about the exposure. Now, how do you get them to actually trust you? That's the third key in this marketing trifecta. We want people to feel that you are a credible, trustworthy expert. So how do you demonstrate your expertise without coming off like a show-off? Well, the way I like to teach is through storytelling. Either sharing your own personal story of how you've arrived at the point that you are with all of your passion and your expertise, and then stepping into sharing case studies, like just sharing about a client that you've helped to achieve a result. This is not about bragging, it's about setting up a conversation that starts happening in your ideal customer's mind, such that they say, this person clearly knows their stuff, and hopefully they're getting to know a bit of your real personality, nothing fake, and they're feeling an affinity towards you, they're being drawn towards you. And then you can take it a little bit further by giving them advice. You know, we always talk about the call to action. Now, the call to action is you speaking directly to your audience and inviting them or proposing that they take action. And that doesn't mean that it has to be a sales action, like buy my stuff or hire me. It could be, now that I've shared these tips about branding and marketing with you, I'm going to invite you to write down 3 things that makes you unique that you can share in a story. That was a call to action, not salesy. And that helps you set yourself up as an expert or an authority. People who give advice tend to be seen as authorities. People who deliver success tend to be seen as credible. You could also weave in part of your education or background. I'm working with a lovely coach who is really gifted in Qigong, which is something I love. And so by sharing how she learned about Qigong, what her own Qigong practice is, and how she teaches others Qigong, she's increasing her sense of authority and expertise. Now, this is just a quick summary of the 3 keys of how you can brand and market yourself. If you didn't see the free masterclass, then click the link in my bio so that you can watch the replay. It was a really jam-packed session. We took questions. I went through the entire understanding of the difference between sales and marketing and how you could put it into practice. And when you register for that masterclass, I'm giving you access to some forms and some worksheets that I only share with my private clients, including a 12-month content planner, teaching you exactly what to work on in your content, like what do you share, when do you share it, how do you share it. And I've even included a spreadsheet that will help you plan your content so that if you're on more than one medium, so for example, if you're also on Facebook and on Twitter, I've given you a matrix to help you create one piece of content and share it in multiple places. All right? So I would love to hear your feedback on this quick little lesson about how to increase your awareness, affinity, and authority as a personal brand to get yourself more sales, more subscribers, and maybe even some more speaking engagements as it has worked in my own life. All right? So I look forward to hearing your feedback. Make a comment below, click the link in my bio, and get a hold of that free masterclass.